South Africa's biggest wine trade event, CapeWine, returned with a bang, and I was more than happy to be a part of the experience for a third time. The CapeWine 2022 platform, as per usual, conducted numerous events related to South African wine industry in addition to the main trade show held at the Cape Town International Convention Center from October 5 to 7. This year's edition witnessed visitors from 60 different countries and a record-breaking 417 exhibiting producers who showcased their wines. The Sustainability 360 theme of CapeWine 2022 was adequately expressed and realized throughout my stay in Cape Town. Creating a sustainable future for the wine industry, its people, and the lands, as well as focusing on future generations, was a big part of this year's event. Each element of CapeWine was meticulously crafted to ensure that most sustainable practices were followed. From recyclable stands to minimal waste, carbon offsetting, and sustainable packaging, the producers were inspired to tell individual stories of their sustainability journeys. I spoke with Armani Bay Wines, which has a campaign to save sea turtles, about the importance of taking care of nature and sustainability in the wine industry.
I'm Billy Martin from Armani Bay. We have Armani Bay in Ghana. Our first containers have gone there about 6 months ago, and there are repeat sales already. We have a distribution network through Body Media in Accra, and it's a wine for the people, entry level, affordable, good value for money, and we like to put something back into nature and your social environment. So we have different kind of incentives. And one of them, for an example, is you can rent a turtle or adopt a turtle, and it's about being in sync with nature, as well as providing a sense of knowing market, sophistication to teach people about wine. The middle upcoming class wants to be associated and aspire to wines, so that's the kind of wine that we put there. It's not complex, it's easy drinking, and it's more social. Armani Bay, Armani is a mood. It's you've arrived, you've made it, you put your feet up, and you enjoy life, and you enjoy relaxing, and you enjoy living. So that's really what the brand's about. Armani Bay range, we have a dry white, we have a dry red, and we have a dry rosé. And then similarly in the sweet range, for the more sweeter palate, we have exactly the same: sweet rosé, sweet white, and sweet red. We try and cater for the market whereby people are entry-level wine drinkers that like maybe a little bit of a sweeter taste, and opposed to those that have now developed their palate a little bit more mature, and they like more dry wine. But still easy to drink and easy to access. So the wine industry has evolved quite a lot. So sustainability is definitely where we need to be, and in order to be sustainable, you need to keep inventing new things to keep you relevant. And I think it's about being relevant in the market, and people are going green. They're looking after the climate. They're looking after certain things which helps you to differentiate between the competition. So we all sell wine at the end of the day, but how do you differentiate, and what do you do to support and to put back and to sustain not only the wine environment, but the environment as a whole? So I think that's where we're aiming for.
Thank you. For Jenny's End Vineyard, the bottles for their interpunct range is not just funky, but very sustainable as well.
And what we've seen is that certainly in certain markets, European markets, that the beer industry is being driven by slightly cooler, more punky products like Brewdog, Beavertown, and products like Carlsberg, Carling, Stella Order, Standing Still. So we're bringing a bit of that into wine. So we've gone with funky, punky packaging, to have a product that doesn't talk down to the consumer and doesn't intimidate the consumer. It's not hasn't got the same cues as normal wine packaging, which can be a little bit intimidating to a lot of people. So we've gone with Interpint by Journeys and Vineyards, and this is a cardboard bottle which is 100% recycled cardboard, and in the production of this it uses 4 times less water than glass, and it's 6 times more sustainable than a glass bottle. They're lightweight, they're much lighter to transport around, and so we're first to market with this little chap. And we also do the 1 bottle for 1 meal, so for every bottle that you buy, you're providing a meal for someone in need. And we've got a program at Journeys End where we're currently producing 30,000 meals a week for our local village. We hit the 2 million meal mark about 6 weeks ago. So we started that during the COVID pandemic when a lot of people had no work, a lot of people were in need of a lot of help. So we built a network of kitchens, and now we supply the food, the gas, everything. And our kitchens are run by 6 amazing women who look after those for us.
CapeWine is also an avenue for wine producers to showcase what makes them different from everyone else. At OBX Wines, they pride themselves with being different, as is evident with their Big Mouth range, as well as the cheeky Get Lost range, which was introduced at CapeWine 2022.
Hi there, my name is Saskia. I'm from the OBX Wines group, and here behind me you have got our brand called Big Mouth. So Big Mouth, as we know, we want to be loud, and when we want to be proud, and we want to say the things that other people don't want to necessarily say. So we say the things that everyone's thinking, but they're not brave enough to say. So that's why we're Big Mouth. And also I think Big Mouth can be traced in the sense and positioned when you really care about something, in the sense of, say for instance, the environment or sustainability or GBV, that you can be loud and proud and be Big Mouth about the things that you really care about. So some just funny slogans that we do on the rosé, we say, sorry, I tend to overshare. And then on the white wines, it's single by choice is totally a thing. And obviously on our red, we say, well, I wasn't born with enough middle fingers. I mean, I think we all sometimes feel that way, that you just can't today. And then have your Big Mouth wines. So then on the other side, we've got Get Lost. This is brand new. This is the launch of Get Lost. So, but Get Lost isn't just to say to someone, well, get away from me. What the brand actually stands for is get lost in your own mind, leave your norm, leave the traditional things and break free, and unless you push your own boundaries and get lost in your own mind, then you'll be able to reach new highs. So it is a juxtaposition between the background where it's very traditional, and that's how we are supposed to be and how we are expected to be, and then the color comes out and it's just who you really want to be, and it's a freedom of expression. So get lost in your own expression and your own creativity, and just go out there and get lost in yourself. That's really what it is. We don't do boring wines. That's one thing I think that's really evident. At OBX, we don't do things boring. We choose not to go the classical routes. I think there's a great space, and there's loads of wines out there that represent that classical category very well. We want to be the juxtaposition of that. We want to be forward-thinking, innovative, creative, the freedom to express ourselves and really translate that onto a bottle. That's what we love doing, and that's what we're really good at doing at the end of the day. It's always interesting to see when people walk past your labels and they look at it and they go, you see the expression on their face, and that's exactly what we want. We want them to have, it has to make an impact on them, whether that's a quick one or an emotional connection or something that they think about or something they go, I wish I could do that. That's fantastic. Like the one guy said to me, he needs to buy this one, the one that says I wasn't born with enough middle fingers. He needs to buy for his mother-in-law, because that's how he really feels about her.
Okay, enough of the serious stuff. Now let me leave you with all the fun parties I took part in. I kicked off the series of parties with the South African Cultural Carnival. It was a celebration of the diverse cultures, rich heritage, people and wines from a number of Black-owned brands. The next party for me was the Distel Premium Wine Cultivar Safari through the cellar. It was an exquisite night of wines, food, music, and everything in between. Accolade Wines then hosted a waterfront dinner to celebrate carbon neutral certification of its South African portfolio. Some of South Africa's biggest brands produced locally, including Kumala, Flagstone, Dragon's Black Mountain, and Fishhook, will now have the carbon neutral status certified by the Carbon Trust. The next party for me was a Casino Royale at Cape Town's trendiest night spot, Cabo Beach Club. Yes, here we tried our luck with gambling for charity with the DGB team. I closed CapeWine 2022 with a party with members of the Cool Kids Club. Yes, the Zoo Crew. This was held at the Culture Wine Club and it was an amazing theme dress. So I think we missed out on the memo for this party, but nonetheless we had fun. And that's how we closed CapeWine 2022. Make sure you're part of this amazing experience if you love wines or you're trading in this when it returns in 2025. See you. Bye-bye.